What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Final Boss Garage. Today we're going to LS Fest West 2019 here in Las Vegas. I'm currently on the freeway in my third gen. The first time I've taken it on the freeway since my LS swap and suspension swap and brake swap and transmission swap and rear end swap. So today's kind of an accomplishment. Car ride's nice. Something on my brakes are rubbing. I'm hoping driving on the freeway it'll clearance itself out. But we are a couple minutes from the track and then we will be back. Got Jason's Z28 out here. This thing's a track machine. 6-piston Corvette wheels. It's built 6.2 PRC heads. Nice cam. You just put down 491 horsepower on the dyno. 2 Holley digital gauges in there. Custom bucket seats. T56. All the suspension work you could possibly want. It's got a Hooker Blackheart system. Oh, you know what? I don't think it does have a Hooker Blackheart system. Thought it did. Really nice ground effects. Functioning louvers. E36 headlights.
It must be a Ford thing over here. I got whatever was left though, see?
It's got an iPad in the center console. Custom seats. Willwoods in the back. Custom box with 2 8s. Top's in really nice condition. Dakota digital gauges. I really like the steering wheel. Alright guys, we got this GTA out here. It's LS1 powered. It's got a bunch of custom suspension out here. He's doing the Grand Championship pack, so autocross, road racing, drag racing. I think all the money's in the suspension. Everything else looks pretty stock. Really clean car. Alright, we're out here. It's 92 Camaro. It's gorgeous. Autocross road racing car. LS3 UMI performance strut mounts. It's like a UMI cross member. Really nice Willwoods up front with forged line wheels. Corbeau racing seats with a full weld-in cage. T56. Willwood rear brakes. Magnaflow exhaust. That thing sticking out's a kill switch. .315 tires in the rear. Jesus Christ. It's a beautiful car.
Thank you.
Alright guys, so this is my 87 Camaro LT. This is the one you saw me driving in the beginning of the video. So, just give you a little bit about it. It's LS1 Turbo 400. It's got a decent cam in it. It's got a 3-inch dual exhaust through an X pipe all the way through the back into some dual Magnaflows, one on each side. You can't hear it, but it's got a really nice low rumble. Check out that custom mullet plate. I'm really proud of that. It is a 4th gen rear end with disc brakes. I've got 17-inch Raystars up front with some 14.5-inch Brembos. So this is my LS1. It's got Speed Engineering headers on it. It's LS6 intake. Custom intake made out of some couplers. Other than that, it's pretty stock. I got 4th gen master cylinder and brake booster to help with the Brembos up front. But it's been a pretty good car so far. Been pretty happy with it. And then on the inside, I do have a 4th gen dash, center console, seats, and then that's a B&M Pro shifter. Everything on the dash is functional, lights, gauges, stereo, everything. This was another really nice 3rd gen that was out here. I didn't talk to the owner, so I don't know too much about it, but it looks like he's got a full Holley Sniper EFI system, some really nice long tubes, pretty clean intake, and then those strut tower, or the strut mounts, those are pretty nice. I liked those. And then it looks like he has a sound system, just because of all the battery and the power wires he's running. And then I do see Wonder Bar and a nice thick sway bar up there, plus that Mighty Mouse catch can. Stock brakes, but he's on some aftermarket XXR wheels. Interior's pretty nice, 6-speed. I don't know if those are 4th gen Trans Am seats or not. But just a really clean, beautiful car. I just noticed the tow hitch. That's funny. This was my all-time favorite 3rd gen out of this entire weekend. This GTA right here is gorgeous. It's sitting on some 18-inch rotiforms. on a, I believe it's a 315 square stance all the way around, and then he's got some 5th gen Brembo. This car was autocrossing and road racing all weekend, so this thing was built to handle, and it handles well. I'm a big fan of the 3rd gen louvers on there as well. And then on the inside, it's all factory. He's got all the original buttons and gauges and everything, plus a nice little roll cage. The motor, look at this intake setup. It's fully fabricated, and the whole radiator shroud and everything, it's all one piece, and then the air pulls from the functional louvers in the hood. So this was an LSA setup with air conditioning. I was talking to the guy, and it made around 600 horsepower, maybe a little more. Can't quite remember all the details right now, but I was really impressed with this car. And then his strut mounts, pretty fancy. And then I'm looking for his brake booster, but I don't see one, so I'm wondering if he's got manual brakes on it. But there was a lot of custom work on this car. I mean, I am in love with this thing. This was another nice 3rd gen. I didn't get to talk to the owner, so unfortunately I don't know anything about what the motor setup is. But it's got some aftermarket headlights, decent paint. The body was super straight, and then I think those are 20s with stock brakes. And then on the inside, he's got 5th gen ZL1 seats, which I thought was pretty cool. And then he's got a matching roll bar in the back. It's a T56 car. So he's got some goodies in there. I just wish I knew more about it. Unfortunately, I never got to meet the owner. He was just never by it. And then he's got a center mounted exhaust, which is nice to see. This 3rd gen impressed me the most. There wasn't a lot to it, but this guy, I watched him on the dyno. He put down 306 horsepower. It's a bone stock LS1, bone stock T56, and this guy was running 12 nines all weekend. I mean, just this car was consistent, and it looked reliable. He didn't have any problems. And 12.9 out of a bone stock LS1 here in Las Vegas is it's doing pretty good. This was another drop top that rolled in, all white on some, I think they're 22s, but it had a LS3 setup in it. Looks like it's got full air conditioning in it. I didn't ask the guy if it works or not, but clean, done swap. But really huge 4G autos. Interior was pretty clean, all red with the matching 4G auto steering wheel. I love that he still has the nice clean top for the convertible, but just a really nice car. And then here was another white drop top. This one has a truck motor in it. I'm not too sure exactly what motor was in it. The guy wasn't around. But it does have a V17 Pro Charger on it, and I heard this thing ripping around. It sounded really good. I've really been thinking about a Pro Charger for mine, so I enjoyed getting a look at this thing. It's got a nice Champion radiator on it. That's a Trailblazer SS intake, but 5th gen Brembos on it. Those are off of 2015 and up. And then these are custom 5th gen seats, all stitched red to match everything else on the car. A lot of work went into this interior. Red's not my style, but I can appreciate it when somebody puts that much effort into something. But it was a really clean car. This was my buddy's car. It's a LS1 T56 setup. He's sitting on some BMW M parallel wheels. He's got 5th gen Brembos as well up front. He was out here doing the Grand Championship, so that includes drag racing, autocross, and road racing, and so he got a bunch of seat time this weekend. Drove the hell out of his car, didn't give him any problems, so he had a good weekend. I tried to steal his louver hardware because I need something to put my louvers back on, but he didn't go for it. And then here's a quick shot of his motor setup. It's like I said, bone stock LS1. Just threw everything in there, and it runs. It doesn't give him any issues. So it's got a 4th gen master cylinder and booster as well, so I can see that. This is Blue Magic. He was the last 3rd gen to show up right before I left. He's out of California as well. He runs 360 Garage. This car's a work in progress, but I know his work ethic, and this thing's going to come out clean. But I'm not too sure what motor it is, but it's looks like truck accessories, so might be a truck block. But some C4 wheels up front, blue interior. Those are 4th gen seats. It's kind of the theme for the whole car. I was pretty jealous. His wife lets him put car seats in the car. My wife won't let me. T56. But go follow him at 360 Garage. Alright guys, that does it through the video. If you bared through the whole thing, thank you very much. I apologize halfway through. I lost all of my audio for all my footage. So I did just voice over everything. I apologize, it's not nearly as exciting as listening to everybody's exhaust and everything. And I forgot a lot of the details that I was listing during the video, so I apologize about that. But thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I have the orange car that was in this video, and I posted a lot of footage about it. So if you're into 3rd gens, you're watching this video, so I'm assuming you are, hit that subscribe button.